Now, this is where I see the first thing start to break down, so to speak. The timing in which your hand raise. So I call it hand raise, arm raise, whatever. The timing in which that hand is going to come above your shoulder, right? So your hand's above your shoulder right now. All right. Now it's a little bit skewed because you still have a little bit of counter rotation, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames until you anchor down at this point. So what this does, and you'll see more context on early arm raise in the report, but what this does is it makes it extremely difficult for you now to keep your trunk, your torso neutral throughout the entirety until you anchor down into front foot strike. Just because if your hand's up here, your trunk's going to want to initiate that rotation. And we want to keep our trunk neutral. We want to keep our trunk in that same posture throughout the entire delivery until we can anchor down. Now, this is where we talk about like segmentation and hip shoulder separation, okay? But just to give you some context, hand above shoulder, sorry. And now you do a pretty good job of coming into your anchor point, good timing with your hip rotation. And now you can see this mechanism here as you come down to your anchor, this trunk is now going to want to start its rotation. So see how that occurs from this point to this point. So right here is when you first touch down. Right there is when you fully anchor down, meaning you have full force into that lead leg. And you can see from this angle that the trunk and the hips, they start moving together literally milliseconds before you anchor down. Right here. You see this? So like this is great. Your hip shoulder separation. It doesn't mean anything unless we can't have that at the timing in which we anchor down. So you see they start moving together right there. All right. So let me give you Glass. This is a great view from the front. That's the rhythm I was talking about with his hands and his foot right there. Now he has a very similar arm action to you, but you can see he has a delaying mechanism that allows his hand to come above his shoulder right there. Whoa, right there, while his heel is barely touching the ground. So that's his mechanism to delay his trunk. So now, boom, he anchors down. See how his trunk is now neutral, but his hips are open. That's segmentation, my brother. Like that's creating a ton of stretch and launching from stretch, right? Like that's the biggest thing I want to key on, because 80% of your velocity, any pitcher's velocity, is from hip shoulder separation. And if we can't launch from stretch, if we can't create this segmentation here, then we're going to be fighting an uphill battle. So we hammer this home first, right? So you can just see that hips into rotation, hand above elbow, above shoulder, trunk neutral. And now as he anchors down, absorbs that force, sends that up. Now that's able to accelerate his arm at a higher rate because he's now initiating his throw with full trunk rotation rather than releasing that early, right? That's the biggest piece to this, man, for you is to really hammer home the timing aspect of it. So in the report, you're going to see firstly, is firstly a word? First, segmentation and separation progressions to get your ability to delay your trunk and anchor and then launch from that position. Okay. A lot of it is just motor control, motion memory, more mound reps, get you used to that slope. And then I'll have arm raise progressions as well to hopefully find you a way to get you a mechanism that delays that trunk just a little bit longer. Another mechanism you can maybe even think about is incorporating even more forward momentum in your initial move. You have a good bit of forward momentum, but if you can incorporate more, that it could increase your acceleration rate going forward, which could already be a delaying mechanism for your hand. So you see here with Glass, see how much forward momentum he's getting before peak leg lift. And now as he separates and as he descends from peak leg lift, he's already accelerated a ton, right? And then boom, anchored down, hand just got up, launch from stretch, pull the arm through, accelerate your arm at a greater rate of acceleration with your ability to absorb your lower body energy, your trunk rotation, trunk flexion into your throw. Okay. Like I said, if anything gets confusing there, check out the report. There's going to be more context as well. Thank you so much for watching that video. Be sure to check out those videos right there that are related to the video that you just watched. Subscribe, or we are going to arm wrestle your analysis. Click that right there. You can check out the links in the description. Link that will give you direct access to my question platform, which will allow you to ask me a question that I will respond to. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. See ya.